Hi, this is Trey Pastor. Welcome to my review of the Inhumans. I saw the pilot. I know it was in IMAX, the first two episodes, I think back in August or something, whatever it was. It got released in IMAX, but I saw it. I never went to see it. I saw it yesterday on ABC, the first two episodes. And the thing I have to say about this, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. I know this was getting ripped, and I know it didn't do that great box office wise in terms of making money, but I was entertained, but there are obviously flaws, and obviously this Inhumans was originally supposed to be a movie, but then they kind of moved it off their slate. Marvel moved it off the slate, and it became a TV show, and it got kind of rushed into production, and you can tell, and it hurts. And I would have loved to see this as a movie, because again, with TV budget, you can only do so much. And especially when you have Inhumans, characters that have powers and stuff, you can't fully realize it. You can't fully realize all their powers and their moveset, and you can't spend as much money to, maybe show the backstory. And they don't do that in this pilot. Show the origin. I mean, they talk about it, but they don't really show you, the origin of the Inhumans. They don't really show it to you, which I think would have helped a lot with this pilot. They kind of showed, they talk about it again, what happened and how they became, but they don't show it to you. Okay, and the thing is, it suffers because, like I said, it's TV budget. I think the actors are okay, but I think special effects wise and plot wise, it suffers. But am I entertained? Yes. And will I see the next episode 3? Yes. Okay, so let me tell you some of the good things I liked about it. Okay, Black Bolt, who's played by Anson Mount, character that obviously talks, can't talk because, his voice, that's his power. So he can't really talk. He basically has to communicate sign language. They don't really show you him communicating that much. I mean, the only person that can really understand him is Medusa, and they kind of have to improvise in a way to show you that and another thing which I didn't like, and you can see this in the trailer, so this is not really a spoiler. They separate the Inhumans. You have the brother Maximus, played by the guy that played Ramsey Bolton. He leads the overthrow of Black Bolt and Medusa, who are the rulers, and they basically get split up. And with most of the humans that we know, Black Bolt, Medusa, Karnak, Triton, Gorgon, they get basically sent to Earth or Hawaii in this case, and they kind of they're split up. And when I'm gonna say Ramsey, when Maximus does his revolt, and of course before Medusa gets to Earth, they cut her hair, and which you see in the pilot in one of the trailers. And I think they did that because, first of all, the wig that she's wearing looks absolutely awful. I mean it does. There's no getting around it. And I know Serena Swan, who plays Medusa, she's a natural, I guess, brunette, but they put a horrible red wig on her, and then of course they have to do the special effects with her with the hair, and it's not that the CGI is not that great, and then they cut her hair, and I think the reason why they did that is because they didn't want to spend the money on I think there's no other reason for the cut her hair. I mean, in the pilot they kind of had Maximus do it because that's her power, but I think they would have kept her with her hair if they didn't want to spend the money on her special effects, which is, like I said, it's a TV budget, so they're gonna try to save on the special effects of her hair by cutting her hair, which I think is totally BS, because that's her whole character is her hair. And if you cut her hair, what is her character? I mean, come on, that's her character is Medusa, is the hair, and you have her hair get cut in the pilot. Come on, that's them being cheap, because they got the TV budget. Okay, and I found out also the guy who's running this, producing this, is the same guy who did Iron Fist. Now, Iron Fist wasn't that great. I mean, I liked it a lot better than I think a lot of people did, but he has the same showrunner, which people, I mean, they complain to holy hell about him. And so I don't know why he got Inhumans, especially after the reception he got from Iron Fist, but he's running this. And again, I would have liked it better if they would have, before Maximus did his revolt, if we maybe the result would have been at the end of the second episode instead of happening in the first episodes, and they just immediately start the, with the separation of the characters instead of having them together before you can getting you to get to know them first before they split off and go off into different parts and stuff. And again, the actor who played Maximus, of course, is Ramsey Bolton. I think he's actually pretty good. He's pretty good. He has a good screen presence, and I think he plays the part really well. And so I didn't like him. As far as the other actors, again, I think I like the actor who played Backbolt because again, Ansem out because he has to communicate without speaking, and I think he did a decent job. Of course, he's not wearing the mask and with the tunic on it, because it's Hollywood and you got to show his face. But I think he did a good job, and also I think Serena Swan as Medusa. I think she was good. She's really good and emotional. I thought she was really good. Not hard. I know people say she's not a good actress, but I thought she was pretty good. Like I said, the only thing I hated about them that they cut Medusa's hair, which again I think they never would have did if they made this a movie. Okay, they would have never cut her hair, but it's TV and they wanted to save on the special effects budget, so they cut her hair, which is to me stupid. Okay, I mean if Medusa, that's her whole thing. You could have put a chain on it to kind of neutralize her power or whatever you want to do, and that way and lock her up or whatever, or then have her escape. But let her keep what makes her her, the hair, which I think so. I think that's just some cheap way of doing that, of trying to save the money on that special effect, which I think is just BS. And the actress who plays Crystal, she wasn't that great, but she wasn't that bad. I mean, she's supposed to be a really young character, and she smiles way too much. But she wasn't as bad as people think. I heard a lot of people say about her character. But the other characters, I liked Karnak. I thought the actor played by Ken Liu, he plays Karnak. I thought he was really good. He had a nice screen presence, and he was really good. And then the guy who plays Gorgon, he was okay. A little too, to me, he was trying a little bit too hard to be a badass. Okay, but so I'll wait and give it time. Like I said, I'm willing to wait and see if it gets better because like I said, I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the first season was horrible. Let's be honest, it wasn't that good, but the show got better. I think right after that second Captain America movie, it got really better, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and now it's a really good show. And I think the same thing might happen with Inhumans if it doesn't get canceled first. It might get better as it goes along, and I'm willing to give it a shot and see, if it does get better, okay, and if it can overcome the problems of the pilot, like I said, the cheap special effects and not really giving you the history of the Inhumans so you could be invested in them before they start having Maximus overthrow everything and they all get split up and all that stuff, which I think was just, I guess they figured it's TV, so let's split everything up and then have them in their own separate adventures. But I think it would have benefited more if you would have had them together for the first two episodes, and then you could have Maximus overthrow them at the end of that, and then you could have them, be on the run, and with Maximus chasing them after that. I think that would have been better rather than having them, his takeover be practically in the first episode and the humans getting split up automatically before you get to know them as a collective group. I think there were only one or two or three, maybe three scenes max before they got split up and set their separate ways. And I think that kind of hurts. I think that kind of hurt the narrative to me. But maybe it'll get better. I'm gonna give it a chance and see. Like I said, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was horrible the first season, but it got better. So I'm willing to wait and see. I'll wait and see how this plays out. And if it doesn't get canceled, and see, hopefully maybe it'll definitely improve. Okay, and again, we'll see, what's what. But overall, I'm going to have to give this pilot episode, I'm going to give it a 6. Okay, and I'm going to give it a 6. And hopefully it'll get better. I'm just going to hope it gets better as it goes along. Okay, and I'll let you know as I go along. And maybe I'll do a review of the episodes as I go along. I reviewed, I think, the first couple of seasons, the first four seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agency. I think I reviewed the first 4 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. every week. I think I did that. So maybe I'll do that with the Inhumans just to see, if it gets better. Anyway, let me know what you think of the Inhumans pilot, first 2 episodes. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram in the description box, as well as my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. The link is below. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long. Take care.